But as soon as we got on the stand, starting to play, all that fell away. It's all about creating the music for the audience.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything to say about the Buck Creek Jazz Band?
Yes. It's kind of a interesting name. We got started in the recreation room, the rec room of a couple in the Washington, D.C. area, Anna and Fred Waller. They both worked for the government and just normal people, little house out in Oxon Hill, Maryland. And they loved this traditional jazz music, and they'd go hear every band that came to town and go to the jazz spots, one of which was Tommy Gwaltney's club, which I've forgotten the name of. And they would have, on Sunday afternoons, jam sessions in their rec room. I can remember Fred calling one day, "Jerry," he said, "we're having a group over Sunday. Would you like to come play?" Well, sure. And so this group kind of coalesced over a period of several months, and we decided we ought to be a band. And the piano player who came down from Baltimore, we were saying, the band needs a name. What shall we call it? And he said, well, let's call it the Buck Creek Jazz Band, because Anna and Fred Waller lived on Buck Creek Road in Oxon Hill, Maryland. So we just chose that name of that street.
Right. Now, how did you come out with the Second Wind Jazz Ensemble?
By the way, the CD that's playing is one that we named Anna's Boys, because we were kind of Anna's boys. She and her husband put us together. The Second Wind was my wife, Sue Ellen, coined that name. Moved down here to Sarasota and, ran into some musicians. We got together and played, and over time I sort of formed a band. We need to have a name. Well, we were kind of into the song Second Time Around, that Frank Sinatra song, because it was that for us, marriage-wise. So she said, well, why not? You're getting your second wind. Call it the Second Wind Jazz Ensemble. Yeah.
Ah, interesting. So your wife Twillen come up with the idea.
Yeah. He's very creative. And we play, yeah.
Go ahead.
And we, not so much, well, not at all right now, but, places, senior residences, the fountains, play a lot at Friendship Center and here and there.
Now, my question to you is, usually wives have been responsible for breaking the band. The Beatles were famous for that. In this case, you guys, 7 of you, your wives, they never objected to the band, to the practices and party?
Good question. And the answer is, well, they might have, but they didn't have a chance. So here's a good answer to that. Shortly after I met Sue Ellen, which was in 1993, and we met the first and only time either of us had ever been to a singles dance. She had been divorced for some time, and I had been recently widowed. And so I was there with a single bunch group, and she was there with a couple of friends. And they, great big old warehouse that someone had put a wooden floor on and had disc jockeys and played music, and people would dance. And at one point in the evening, they did a Paul Jones, which is where the men get in a circle and go one way, and the women go in a circle and go the other way. And when the music stops, you dance with who you're next to. And you just have a chance to say, hello, what's your name? I'm Jerry, I'm Sue Ellen, come here often, no. And then boop, they blow the whistle and you've got to get in the circles and move around again. So we met, danced about, 3 or 4 measures, or courses, and then we had to move on. Didn't see her again, it's too big a place. At the very end of the evening, they did another Paul Jones, and this time the very last, there were 5 times they stopped the music and then started again. The last time, here was this lady again. And we had a chance to dance, and they didn't blow the whistle, but we could keep going. And so, hey, do you like music? Well, yeah, except I don't like heavy metal. Well, I don't either. She said, and I don't like opera. Well, we'll work on that. And we did. She likes it now. But I said, do you like Dixieland jazz? Oh, yeah, she said. I said, you want to come hear my band play tomorrow night? Yeah. We had a every other Sunday night gig at the Springfield, Virginia Hilton. And so we got together and, over a few weeks and months, she became a regular there at the Hilton. And one weekend in the autumn, Anna and Fred Waller put together a jazz weekend. They had 3 other bands from around the country and us, one stage, bands alternating all weekend. And I was playing, and people I knew were dancing around. One of them stopped and said, Jerry, they're doing the voting now. I said, what voting? Well, the fans are voting whether Sue Ellen is going to be an appropriate band wife. We're deciding, can she sell CDs? If band wives came to the festivals and sold CDs, see, that was what they had to do. So yeah, she and I went everywhere. We would do about 8 festivals a year, mostly in the West, everywhere from Vancouver and Victoria, British Columbia, to Fresno and Eureka. We also did Edinburgh. Wow. One of my favorite memories is setting up in the keep, the big courtyard of the Edinburgh Castle for a midnight set, which was absolutely spectacular. And we did lots of cruises, which was much fun all over. So there was an advantage being a band wife.
Wow. So it seems like you had a good time, good life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you met your second wife going to a jazz festival.
A singles dance, but then yeah.
Singles dance.
And then I took her to jazz festivals.
So we have 2 minutes to go. We're going toward the end of our radio show.
Okay.
This is so interesting. If you have to give, I know you have a grandkid. If you have to give them advice regarding music, what would that advice be?
Enjoy it, and again, keep your day job.
What I mean by that, there's a lot of different type of music now. What kind of music would you advise? If your grandson comes to your granddaughter, hey, Grandpa, what kind of music would you like me to listen?
Oh, whatever you enjoy listening to. As I say, I like opera, and I like folk music, and I like Hawaiian music, which is a kind of folk music because we live there. And I like old-fashioned jazz and symphonies. It's all good. You enjoy whatever you enjoy. And that to me is really important.
How about we listen to a little bit more of that song you like before we end the show?
That's the Buck Creek Jazz Band.
So, Jerry, how you dance this one? Is it swing?
Yeah, somebody once asked the piano player, why do you guys do that?
How you dance this one? Are you just swing? How you dance this one with the partner? It's like a swing form?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just move to the music. Okay.
Okay, Radio Sekou. This was our friend and guest today, Jerry Addicott. Jerry, thanks for coming. I probably may ask you to do this again.
Another time.
When time permits, we may do it. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Jerry.